More people are wearing face masks, but many are getting it wrong. And according to medical experts, wearing a mask incorrectly can be riskier than not wearing one at all.
That's one of the risks about wearing a mask, is to wear it properly.
First, the most common mistake is touching your mask after you've put it on. And by adjusting them, you're putting yourself at risk because your hands could be contaminated with the novel coronavirus, or the exterior of the mask could have collected germs and droplets that could contain the virus.
You could actually expose yourself to germs if you don't handle your mask properly.
One of the major things with use is you always want to wash your hands before you put the mask on,
Don't touch your face after putting on your mask.
because it's just going to prevent you from touching that potentially virus-infected piece of cloth more. Don't touch the front, ever. Never, ever, ever touch the front.
To 12, which is discussion items, and we just agreed to insert one. I think I'm going to insert it right now. And so the topic is sort of a debrief and to describe the parameters that the board falls under regarding this mandate. Aaron, if you would not mind, I would like to give a quick summary for kind of where we're at in terms of some of the parameters that we're kind of stuck with and some of the consequences.
I was going to suggest you do that, but yeah.
Okay, so one of the things that I will remind everybody of, I mean, I think mostly the board is aware, but for everybody else that's listening, there's a lot of complicated factors that come in to the question of mask mandates. You know, the idea that local control exists is a bit of a myth, right? So this is a statewide mandate, and it's currently being upheld by the state courts. So, right, so even if, I mean, just starting with that one question, even if two different people can debate the legality of it, currently it's being upheld by state courts. So that sort of settles it, at least at the state level currently. If we were to move against any kind of state mandate, there are serious consequences that the district would have to take into consideration. One is that our superintendent, Mr. Scott Drew, would be put in the untenable situation of having to either follow the law or follow his board. And that is an extraordinarily difficult position for an excellent superintendent to be put in. I guess I'm saying excellent personally here, but he's done a fantastic job, especially given that he walked into this in the middle of a pandemic. And, you know, it would not be fair nor prudent to put him in that situation, in my opinion. Our insurer, PACE, has made it very clear that they will not cover costs associated with litigation or damages awarded to issues where the district is in open, blatant disregard of state mandates. So there's a huge fiduciary risk to the district that we would put ourselves in if we knowingly, openly advocated for, well, advocate's maybe the wrong word, expressly allowed things that are contrary to those mandates. Even if we looked past those two issues, which are significant, if we were to still proceed, it would put the district into a absolute chaos, because you would have a nearly endless supply of parent complaints, union grievances, litigation. You'd have health complaints, health department complaints, fines. I mean, great. And any of the work that we're trying to do right now, set it on the shelf, because it would be the only thing we'd be able to manage at all for the next foreseeable future. We've seen other districts around having significant issues with, you know, recently, I should just say. And it's going to be really tough if we put ourselves there. So I just wanted to sort of set that framework, because while any individual board member may not like it, may even completely disagree with it, it's not as simple as just saying, well, I don't like it, let's do something different, right? So I just want to throw that out there as a baseline. And then I guess Aaron, is the person who requested the item initially, I'll give you a chance to weigh in next, kind of on the debrief end and kind of where your thoughts are.
Yeah.
And often there are unintended consequences. People keep fiddling with the mask and they keep touching their face.
And can you get some schmutz sort of staying inside there?
Of course.